Welcome back, Pipers. That was my first day back to work after almost a week off. Yeah, I was ready to come home. We got a bunch of, I don't know, I don't want to get too harsh. Like I said, I want to try to be a nicer person in 2022. So I'm not gonna go into detail about our third shift at the plant that I work at, but we'll just say we tend to fix most of their screw ups. So that's what we do on first shift. It is what it is. It's probably my favorite saying. uh, Hope everybody else had a good first work day of 2022. And if you're retired, kudos. Someday, it ain't soon enough, but someday. So, last video I gave some shout outs. And I'll continue to do that because I follow quite a few people. But those are the main ones that I do follow. I'll also include in this show today, I'll show you my office area. I'll show you what tobacco I have cellared up. I'll show you where I edit my videos. I'll also probably show you my little travel pouch that I keep. My everyday carry, I guess, pouch you would call it. I think some people might be interested in that. I'll also put where I got it. It's a Maxpedition everyday carry pouch, basically, and it's perfect for pipes. There's something for everything in there. I believe I found that on YouTube as well. So I'm just going to pass it on to people in case they haven't seen one. I know a lot of people like the rolls, the roll up. I'm not into carrying one of them around. Smoking some Blackberry Harvest from my local tinderbox store. If you guys, there was one aromatic blend from Old Shenandoah that I absolutely loved. It's probably my second favorite behind Sutliff Creme Brulee. And it was Appalachian Harvest, which it's a berry. Well, they discontinued it. Imagine that. As soon as I found it, I didn't even have a chance to buy up some tins of it. Can't find it anywhere. So if anybody who watches ends up on my channel and you have some of that and you want to get rid of it, I will buy whatever you want and swap you for it or whatever, because I love that stuff. And I'll do whatever I have to get more of it. Appalachian Harvest, I believe it's called. Really, really good stuff. And I also mentioned my go-to yesterday, which I was smoking yesterday, which is Sutliff's Creme Brulee, which is a somewhat of a spin-off, if not the same, pretty much the same stuff as their Molto Dolce, which you get in a tin. Folks, if you're into aromatics and you have not tried either of those blends, first off, you get Creme Brulee bulk, and it's cheap, okay? The big knock you're going to get on it is that it comes wet. Well, it is an aromatic, and yes, it comes wet. Now, that's the biggest bitch you probably hear from most pipe smokers who just hate aromatics. That's their biggest bitch. Well, in order to get the flavor you want and the aroma you want, you almost have to smoke that type of blend fairly wet. If you dry it out, it is not as enjoyable. I don't understand why, the guys, they're buying it and they're laying it out for a week to dry out. You're ruining it, in my opinion. The main thing you have to remember with creme brulee, Sutlish creme brulee, or the Molto Dolce, that stuff's even wetter than the creme brulee, is you gotta pack it loose. You'll think when you're laying it in, barely, you just sprinkle it in and just barely push down with your tamper. Don't even use your finger. And it'll smoke fine. It might take a few extra lights, but it'll get an ember and it'll smoke fine. And make sure you smoke that sucker all the way down to the bottom of the bowl, because it will leave a bunch of dottle and shit in the bottom of your bowl, which isn't a huge deal either. You're probably most likely going to dedicate one pipe to that anyway, because it's going to ghost your pipe. But if you enjoy it, who gives a shit? Who cares? But there's a lot of people in the community, they like to point out how wet it is, it ghosts your pipe, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it does. It is. But if you like it, who cares? If you buy a few cheap Dr. Grabols like I got, it's not a big deal if it ghosts your pipe. You just dedicate it to that blend and you use it. That's one of the more enjoyable things about smoking a pipe, is the collectible part of it. That's why we call it a hobby. You're going to collect pipes. You're going to collect and cellar tobacco. And it makes it more enjoyable because then, you're thinking about, what do I want to smoke today? Where do I want to sit when I smoke today, depending on the weather? What chair do I want to sit in? There's a lot more thinking involved for you to enjoy your, for your experience to enjoy your pipe for the day. Best way to put it. Smoke what you like what you smoke, as a bearded Welshman says. Got that from him. No truer words have ever been said. And yeah, I know. Hopefully, there's people who enjoy their English that they understand. They get where I'm coming from. And like I said, I'm going to continue to smoke what I got. I don't have a lot of it. I'm going to smoke it. I've seen enough people say that they didn't really enjoy their first few smokes of a blend, but I wouldn't say learn to enjoy it, but it's kind of like beer. Like when I turned legal age to drink beer, I could not stand beer. Turned 21, I'd go to the bar. I'd be broke in an hour because I was drinking old fashions, brandy old fashions. I was drinking all these other mixed drinks because I couldn't stand beer. But by the time I was in my mid-30s, beer was perfectly fine. I don't know. That's just, maybe I'm just strange or weird. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't real crazy about the flavor of beer. Now I can pretty much drink it with anything. So 2022 is here. I know we covered a little bit of that last video, and I hope everyone takes heed in what I said as far as, you know, we should all strive to just be better individuals as the years pass, and I think we do. Let's face it, we do most of our stupid shit when we're young. We do most of our common sense learning when we're young. By the time we're 40, you know, we're kind of past all the idiocy, I guess, in our life. A lot of people actually before that, once they start having children, it's time to grow up. I wish that was the case with everybody. It's not, but that's probably the saddest thing. One of the saddest things to me is just seeing, I don't know how anyone could be in this day and age want to be a social worker or any in that kind of that field, because it's just so depressing. I mean, that's what you would have day in and day out on that job. Just abused kids, mistreated kids, kids going without because their parents, because of selfish parents. It's just sad that that has to happen in this world. That, you know, that there's, and it's only getting worse because it's like I stated with the current state of the world, and especially in the United States. Our younger generation, there's a lot of our younger generation out there who have figured out from their parents, which is our generation, that it's easier just to pop out kids and live off the state, the federal government, whatever. Well, guess who goes without? The kids. The kids, you know, I mean, it's just sad. It truly is. I'm so grateful that I had parents who loved me, did not allow me to go without, and I tried to do that with my children. It's but yeah. So I know I like to go back and forth from pipe smoking things to real life things, but it is what that's how my mind works. So back to the pipe smoking. That's why you tune into the channel, right? I'm starting to think, even though I've only put out two videos. Well, this will be number 3. The few amount of subscribers that I've gained, by the way, thank you for subscribing to the channel. The very first subscriber was a guy named Roland, and he's from Europe. And, you know, before I even started putting out content, it really seemed to me like those in Europe, I think they take this hobby, they're more enthusiastic, I guess, when it comes toward this hobby than we are in the States. They literally just absolutely love everything about pipe smoking. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess. It's not, I mean, I'm not knocking us here in the States, but it just comes across that way, that they have a true love for this hobby. Maybe it's the fact that things are more regulated over there, and it's harder for them to You know, find good blends, find blends in general. I had one guy comment about he would like to take his pipe and tobacco. You know, he travels for work, and he doesn't because he doesn't want to rock the boat. That's just sad. Something that pleases you, it makes you happy, and you don't do it because you're worried about, you know, whatever regulation that is, and you know where you live, or it's enough to piss a person off, really. You know, it's basically, that's pretty much what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it to where it's almost like the whole marijuana trade now. You smoke it at home. Not that, you know, I think people should be getting high in public, you know, smoking weed and just getting stupid, but I don't know. I'm not going to get off track on the whole marijuana track. I have never tried marijuana. I don't have any interest in trying marijuana, but I know there's a lot of people who enjoy it. Lots of people who enjoy it since it's been legalized in many states, and that's fine. I'm pretty much there's times where I'll take my pipe bag with me and light up out in public if I'm at a park or I'm on a trail or whatever. That's one way I kind of feel for the marijuana smokers, because it's not as easy for them to do that. It's still frowned upon. No matter what anybody says, them smoking it, you know, out, and it's just such a strong, pungent smell that doesn't, in my opinion, smells horrible. People know when you're doing it. But I don't know. It's around. I'll tell you that. It's around. And you know, everybody who does it legally, does it the way they're supposed to. I don't have a problem with that. By the way, I was talking about smoking on the trail. Me and my wife, we like to camp. So come summertime, you will be seeing a lot of me smoking by the RV, at the campsite, on the trail. We went on, not this year, but the past year before, 2020, because we needed to get the hell out of here. We went to the Shawnee National Forest down in the very southern tip of Illinois, and I definitely will be going back. If you can plan a trip, you know, find a good campsite, that place, you will not regret it. It is beautiful down there. Absolutely beautiful. Go to the Garden of the Gods. I might even post some pictures. Okay. I got a lot of pictures from there. We take our dog Teddy every time we go camping. He is a camping dog. He is half Shih Tzu, half miniature Schnauzer, and I don't know how the hell those two, because he's about 25 pounds. He is a beast, a little beast, but he's a camping dog. He's pretty confused right now, actually, because we haven't been camping for over a month now, and he is literally in that routine. Fridays, he knows what it is. It's Friday. Mom's packing up the RV while Dad's at work. He knows what's going on. So I will post some pictures, though, that we took down there. It is amazing. We also went up to the Black Hills 3 or 4 years ago. Also amazing. Yeah, we love to travel. If you live in the United States, you need to take advantage of all our national parks, because especially now, just to get away, you know. It is, yeah, you're missing out. So I might be making a few changes out here, actually, too, so you don't see the boring paneling behind me. I'll find something, I don't know yet what I'm going to hang, but I'll hang something. I have a smoking table right here that the camera tripod is on. I'll probably get that in the picture too, because it's a beautiful table. That's why I bought it. Keep a small box from, I think I got that at a Hobby Lobby, actually. Looks like a little chest that I keep things in. I have a church warden that my kids got me, I believe, for my birthday. I'll start smoking that a little more too. It's a good pipe. Lord of the Rings themed pipe. I don't know how many of you are into Lord of the Rings. That is, I'm over the top for Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love the movies, the books. I never get bored of watching them or reading them. That makes me a nerd, so be it. I don't care. That actually, I stated in my first video, I couldn't remember what jogged my memory about smoking a pipe. It was watching those movies. And my wife, she used to bring up the fact that her father in the wintertime would smoke a pipe in their house. So that's what it was. And then I'd think about my Uncle Jack, and it just all came back, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try it. And boy, I'm glad I did. Just like I stated, I had a pretty shitty day today at work, but you can't tell it right now because I knew what I was going to do as soon as I got home. And it just calms me down. But that's not a surprise to many of you because you understand. We all understand who are in this community. By the way, I have a Facebook group, Pipe Smoking Haven. Okay? So make sure to join that too. I am thinking, actually I'm not thinking, I'm going to, I just have to do it, about creating a room once a month, and we can just have just open discussion. Talk, you know, whoever wants to go in, talk about any new pipe purchases, tobacco purchases, just talk about life in general. I think I'm going to start doing that. Right now, I think I have a little over 100 members, and I've had the group for quite a while. So it hasn't really been growing much. I'm hoping that the channel, I gain more subscribers, we can get more people into that group. And people just don't share enough in general. Not just that group, but I mean, it's just not active enough. We need to get more active individuals. There goes one of the school buses. You will not believe how fast some of these school bus drivers go down this street. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's a stop sign right up there, right over here, I'd say about 100 feet, and it tees. These buses will fly down here. They must be wanting to get that bus unloaded and back home because it is ridiculous how fast some of these idiots are going down the street. I've actually been down there to get mail a couple times, and I literally will do this to them, like, and they just, of course, they got their mask on, and they just keep on going. They just completely, like, they don't see me. It's nuts. It's not just the bus drivers either. It's other people who are just idiots out there seeing how fast they can drive down this street. And yeah. I don't get it. Whatever. Now I'm just complaining, right? So, it's the official first week of 2022. And as far as I'm concerned, everything is up in the air on what's going to happen this year. There's so much that should happen, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I won't try to get into politics too much. I do follow politics. I won't get into it too much on this channel. But I am reminding everybody we have a midterm election coming up. So if you think shit is pathetic right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. You're going to eat, sleep, drink COVID for one reason only. So we can get that mail-in balloting back. Because it worked out so well in 2020. That pissed me off, and it's to this day it pisses me off. They were literally still counting ballots 9 days after the election. How is that supposed to be a legitimate election? Counting ballots, but hey, everybody, it's race. If you ask for ID to vote, that's racist. Because every American can't get an ID. The fuck is that? What there's people that believe that, think that. Like I said, let's just hope something a little more positive happens, and we don't have to just deal with this same shit again. So again, I hope everyone comments, you watch the videos, come to visit the channel, subscribe, and comment about anything. It doesn't have to be anything I talk about. I'd love to know more about all of you. Period. What you smoke. Are you from the United States? Are you from Europe? Like I said, I've had a few people make comments already. Very, very friendly, very just terrific people already. That's one of the main reasons why I started the channel. Because I need people like that in my life. Everyone does. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep striving to, I don't know, just to help other people. If it seems like someone either I work with or no matter where I am, if they're having a bad day, I'm going to do my best to make their day better. I don't know whether it just, if I don't know them, I'll introduce myself. I'll tell them, yeah, you don't know me, I don't know you. Is there anything I can do to make your day better? I mean, that's corny, but folks, that we need that. We absolutely need that. I would love to have, there's been days where I would love to, someone told me that, you know? So what shout outs have I given you? So George Bruno, Mike Rondo, Bearded Welshman, Bald Pipe Smoker. Check them all out. They're all amazing guys and they're very knowledgeable. Maybe I'll make a second video today. I'll go inside and I'll show you what I got cellared for aromatics. It's all aromatics. I'll show you my office where I do edit the videos when I finally get them from my phone. I struggled that last one. It took me 4 hours to figure out how to get it from my phone to where I can record it, capture it on my computer so I can edit it. I think I figured it out. I think. We'll find out after this, I guess. But I think that'll be it for today's video. I will see you tomorrow. Again, thanks for joining me, spending your time with me. By all means, every time you come to the channel, pack up your pipe, sit down, smoke with me. And we will catch you next time. Peace.